What's up is Don't Accept Reality, and today we're going to discuss the things that you should understand before you hire a realtor. So the first thing you want to understand before you hire a realtor is that the service just needs to be on point. Don't accept bad communication, and you want to make sure that you have a realtor that's just very accessible, because the real estate process can get a little hectic. You want to make sure that you're getting the information ASAP, to help with negotiating. And you want to make sure that your realtor is easily found, you're able to communicate and just get a hold of them, ask questions, just them being accessible to your every need so that you feel like the process is going smoothly. And another thing that you should definitely understand, well, the main thing is fiduciary duties. So understanding that your realtor, before you hire them, has fiduciary duties to you, being their client. They have to do these things, to keep you happy. And for those that don't understand what fiduciary means, it means faithful servant. So the realtor is promising to act in their client's best interest. That's what you have to keep in mind, and that's what the fiduciary duties are. But there is 6 of them that the realtor needs to follow. You want to make sure that your realtor is following all 6. And these are your ways out of the buyer's agreement that you might have signed with that realtor that's pretty much locking you in as his client. If they're not following these fiduciary duties, farewell. So the first fiduciary duty is disclosure. You want to make sure that your realtor is disclosing everything that's going to help you negotiate and get the deal that you're trying to get. So let's just give you an example. If a realtor is representing a buyer, the realtor should tell the buyer that the sellers are willing to accept the low offer on the house. So now, for example, let's say that the realtor is representing the sellers. So he is to disclose to the sellers all the offers that have been placed on the property that is being listed. So that way that the sellers can look over the contracts that have been issued or submitted to them, and they can choose from there. They have the option because they've been disclosed all the contracts from their realtor, which is one of their fiduciary duties. And the second fiduciary duty that realtors have is accounting. And what that means is that whenever you give the realtor any funds or anything like that, they are not to combine your funds with their personal funds or their business funds. And nowadays it's not really common because, a lot of times realtors aren't going to accept money from the client. It usually is going to be wired, wired to the escrow company for title or for closing and stuff like that. So the accounting part you might not come across, but it is a fiduciary duty. If you are to give a realtor money, they are not to mix or combine your funds with their own personal or business funds. They are to remain separate. The third fiduciary duty you want to take into account with your realtor is loyalty. Just make sure that your realtor is showing loyalty and that they're putting you first in their best interest. And the fourth fiduciary duty is care and diligence. Just making sure that your realtor is very competent in what they do and they're using all their skills. They're honing in on all their skills and tools necessary to make sure that you get the deal that you feel like you deserve. And the fifth fiduciary duty is just confidentiality. Keeping their clients' information confidential that could hurt negotiations. So you want to make sure that your realtor is keeping all your information confidential. Like if you tell them hey, this is the lowest that I would sell this house, you don't want them going back to buyers, talking about, hey, this is the lowest that my sellers will sell the house for. That's giving away information that's valuable. It could hurt negotiation and mess up their deal. So that's definitely a huge one for sure. So confidentiality is the fifth fiduciary duty. And the last fiduciary duty is obedience. So they are to obey their clients' orders. They do work for you. They are contractors pretty much hired by you, and they're supposed to follow and obey by your orders. They're working for you, they're working the deal for you, they're negotiating the deal for you. So just making sure that they obey to whatever request that you may have for the deal, and make sure that it's giving you the best opportunity for your deal, make sure that you come out on top, or you feel like you did come out on top. But they aren't obligated to follow unlawful orders. So unlawful things may include you being maybe a seller and saying, hey, I don't want to sell my house to somebody black or somebody white. That's an unlawful order that you cannot give a realtor. So they are not going to abide by that unless they want to lose their license. The last fiduciary duty of just being obedient to you and just following your orders and making sure that they're doing things in your best interest and making sure that you feel like you're getting the best deal. And once again, like if they're not following these 6 fiduciary duties, or they're not accessible, or they're not communicating, talk to their broker, because at the end of the day, they're representing the brokerage, and no broker wants to have, bad apple realtors in at their brokerage. So by you giving them that feedback, they can get those bad apples out of there. Get those realtors that are just money hungry and not about the client's best interest, because you don't want to have misrepresentation of the brokerage. That's bad for business. So make sure you talk to the brokers if any issues arise or they're not abiding by these 6 fiduciary duties. So I hope you guys were able to understand your realtor's fiduciary duties to you as his client, and that you're able to apply this information when you guys go through your home buying process, and that you guys understand the service that your realtor is supposed to provide to you. I want you guys to like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Check out all my other content, and I truly appreciate y'all. Hey, what's going on, guys? Don't Accept Reality here. I have an ebook out called The Active Duty and Veteran First Time Home Buyers Guide. And in my guide, I'm giving you a step-by-step process on how to reach home ownership comfortably and with knowledge, and it's just preparing you for the unexpected, things that I wish I would have known when going through my home buying process. The link to the ebook is in the description. Check it out, and I truly appreciate you guys.